We should start a what, sir? Good evening, sir. Parveen, sir, can you hear me? Sir, you are not audible again. So we should start?
Yes, we can start.
Okay, no problem. Fine. I'm audible for everyone, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. We welcome you in today's session. The session is organized by the GIPA. So I would like to introduce the GIPA, exactly what it is. So GIPA Professional Association, it was registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. In the year of 2020, with the Register of Companies of Delhi and license from Government of India, with the main object to provide all kind of awareness and facilitation services for business professionals and students in India and abroad. The directors of GIPA and ADRP, that is the company having two directors. First is CA Parveen Kumar Jain sir, Advocate Piyush Jain sir. The vision of GIP and ADRP is the company vision is to become a leader by giving awareness and facilitation services across the globe, especially for social and public welfare. The mission of GIP and ADRP is the providing awareness and facilitation services, including advisory services by way of webinar, seminar, certificate courses. And the GIPA Committee on IBC is the following. CA, CS and CMA Mahendra Rastogi sir. CA, IP and RB Parveen Kumar Jain sir. IPRK Goel sir. CA and IP Ritu Rastogi ma'am. Advocate CA Nipun Singhvi sir. So the next part is that in today's session, I would like to invite guest of honor R.K. Gaur sir. So before starting his session, I would like to introduce him.
Thank you, ma'am.
CA R.K. Gaur is a fellow member of the Institute and is engaged in the practice as managing partner of Gaur and Associates, Chartered Accountants since 1986. He has pursued post-graduation in economics and law with first division in both MA, economics and LLM. He has also pursued diploma in information system audit and certificate courses of ICAI on forensic accounting and fraud detection, FAFD, goods and services tax, that is GST, and concurrent audit of banks. He has served as convener and deputy convener of several committees of NIRC. He has also been the convener of East End CPE Study Circle of Northern India Regional Council, NIRC of ICAI. He has been nominated as a member of task force of the Committee for Cooperatives and NPO sectors of ICAI. He has been nominated to the Grievance Redressal Committee of GST. His core area of practice is direct taxation and international taxation. In the past 35 years of his practice, he has represented cases before appellate authorities, including Dispute Resolution Panel, DRP of Economic Income Tax, Authority for Advanced Ruling, AAR, and Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. He has addressed seminars on various topics related to direct tax. Notwithstanding professional engagements, he is contributing to various social fora. At present, he is president of Northern India Chartered Accountants Society and General Secretary of Indian Center for Art and Culture. He has been nominated National General Secretary of Federation of All India Vyapar Mandal, AIVM, an apex body of traders. He has ventilated various issues on GST, being the chairman of GST Committee of FAIVM. On the research front, his thought process on penalty in taxation penalty cannot be treated as source of revenue has been evaluated on econometric model by the students of Trinity College, Connecticut, USA. The result has been traced at 4.02 on a scale of 1 to 7. So we welcome you, sir, in today's session.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
we would like to invite you, and definitely our participants members will be very beneficial from your session. Thank you, sir, and we'll
आवाज प्रॉपर नहीं आ रही है.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for giving such an elaborate introduction. In fact, this is not needed. We are part and parcel of same fraternity. So today, I'm grateful that JIPA has invited me at this forum. And the topic of deliberation is certainly unique. I would say that the topic is how to protect your investment from any contingency and debt recovery. I mean, how it has been netted. I can very well understand what Mr. Jain or ma'am, how you have planned this subject, because the subject is very tricky, but both the topics are interwoven. In fact, investment, when we talk of investment can be in two aspects. One is purely in the capital market, and other aspect is in the business. So when we talk about the capital market, our investment in the segment of the securities, and where we do not have any other person except the market forces. So there we have to have a different perception. What perception we need? That we have to think at our objective is a long term. I mean, in capital market, most of the people have a different perception, going for a very short term, but my idea is, if somebody wants to protect and play safe, and the right approach would be to wait for a long-term perspective. And long-term could be decided from the perspective of his own, depending upon his financial viability, his savings, and many other factors, which really decide what precisely he has to. But certainly, when he precisely invests in the capital market, he has to view 2-3 things in mind, that he has to evaluate the script in which he is entering into, or what kind of a product, financial product he's investing in. And second thing is, what is the perspective, how much money he has. Besides money he's investing, he should have a saving differently, because at some time the capital market does not behave in the manner which you perceive. So you should have a compassionate background of money with there. So this is one aspect where the capital market. And then again, if you invest in the business, then it is another feature. What happens if you invest in the business? Then you cannot say that my turnover is growing and growing and growing. If you have a larger turnover, but your receivables are heavy, then certainly you are not performing well. I would say, if your turnover is going, then you have to have a good mechanism to realize your debts well in time, because it has several features. Because 2-3 features are such that your business is doing well. Your cash flow will certainly dependent on how do you collect your receivables. Number one. Number two, if the receivables are locked up for a longer period, then you will have difficulty in augmenting your capital. Your credit facilities, either in the capital market or in the other business arena, of the bank and financial institution, you will face problem. And third important thing which I wish to mention is that if you do not collect your receivables in time, and it is locked for a longer period, then your relationship with the client may not be as good as you had earlier. Because the more money is he is indebted more money, then it will not, he will not feel good if you keep on asking. So there has to be a mechanism that you keep on realizing your funds. What will happen? You will have a very good turnover ratio. Your ratios will be good, and you will be able to fetch finances either from the bank and financial institution. At some later stage, you can uh, draw from the capital market. So I must thank the organizers for augmenting, preparing such a niche topic, and for our total forum. And with this, I wish that the program should have a great success. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful session on the mechanism on realizing the amount. Further, I would like to welcome Mr. Ajay Khanna, sir. So before starting his session, I would like to introduce him. Yeah. Ajay Khanna, sirs, from April 17 to 2022, he was SBI LHO Lucknow. He was working as Chief General Manager at SBI LHO Lucknow. His growth path is in such a way: April 2017 to June 2018, he was acting as a General Manager, Delhi Circle, SBI New Delhi. Also, from June 2020, he was Chief General Manager, Internal Audit Department, SBI Hyderabad. Chief General Manager, Personal Banking Business, SBI CC Mumbai. Chief General Manager, SBI LHO Lucknow. Spearheading the portfolio of the bank in the demographically large state in the supervising and monitoring retail business operations of over 1,800 branches across the geography of central and eastern UP, with over 14,000 employees reporting, leading impactful business transformation with top-line growth in bank's business portfolio, Neil and upkeep of asset quality, collaborating with the government machinery and senior bureaucrats on a regular basis to help align the vision of bank's growth with that of the government for the financial development of the state. State designing project execution roadmaps, delivering large scale and complex programs with a focus on process transformation, reporting of progress to internal and external stakeholders. Further, reviewing financial statements, sales and performance dashboards to measure productivity and goal achievement, tracking operational risk, identifying risk situations, and implementing appropriate actions to minimize loss. Rolling out and driving geography and product specific program to enhance total business mix of branch bank. This is a brief introduction of Mr. Ajay Khanna sir, and I would like to welcome him again for this today's session at GIPA Forum. We welcome you, sir.
Hello.
Hello, Ajay sir. Hello.
तो सादे में आए हुए तो ब्रेन को इनवाइट कर दूं। हाँ देखिए चमरिया जी को इनवाइट। हेलो आवाज इसमें बंद कर दूं।
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes,
Parveen
ma'am.
sir. You want to say something, sir?
Yes, yes. एक मिनट हेलो
Yes.
हेलो
I can hear you, sir.
Hearing, I think Khannaji note there. So please invite to.
Okay, so we can welcome Abhay Chandelia, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we'll proceed for the introduction of Mr. Abhay Chandelia, sir. Mr. Abhay Chandelia, sir. FCA, FCS, MCOM, MBA, LLB. The brief introduction of Abhay Chandelia, sir. He is the co-founder of Share Samadhan, India's largest unclaimed investment recovery advisory company, which has recovered more than rupees 1,500 crores and is helping investors to recover their loss, forgotten or scattered investment. Is having total 26 years of experience that includes more than 14 years of service in the field of finance and management world, and had worked with KK Birla Group, ArcelorMittal Group, Lemer International Nikhil Gandhi Group, and Lean Group. He is a renowned chartered accountant and company secretary involved in financial management and capital market. He started his business in the name of Share Samadhan Private Limited, which has been working specially in the field of recovery of money for the last 8 years. His academic and professional qualifications: he is a fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, member, and he's also the fellow member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. He's also the law graduate, Masters of Commerce, Masters of Business Administration with Finance specialization, Commerce graduate, diploma in various sectors such as business finance, personal management. He's also the qualified independent director, IICA. His professional experience is to strive for capacity building of members in the rapidly changing scenario in order to technically equip the members of the institute to face the challenges and derive advantages, to broaden the scope of their expertise in the economic commercial laws and to contribute towards the economic and commercial development of India, to study the various economic, commercial laws, rules, regulations, notifications, economic and commercial developments, so as to make representations, suggestions arising out of the studies, and undertake such activities to broaden the scope of expertise of the members in the economic and commercial laws and to enable them to render consultancy and services to stakeholders in economic and commercial field. Further, to serve the multifunctional task of analysis, knowledge dissemination, inputs to policy formulation to government, regulators, and other stakeholders, references in areas of professional interest to ICAI membership, and bolster the element of potential professional opportunities. With this kind of brief introduction, I would like to welcome Mr. Abhay Chandelia, sir, for today's session at GIPA Forum. We welcome you, sir. Abhay, sir, are you there,
And
sir?
Praveen,
Yeah.
mute me. Unmute.
You're audible,
Can-
sir. You're audible.
Okay. So, many thanks, Mrs. Rathi, for such a wonderful introduction of mine. So, let me start the session. Like the topic is how to protect our investments and our money, how to recover that stock, investment, etc. whenever they become blocked or somebody is facing difficulty in retrieval. We work hard, then we save money to multiply the wealth. We invest at various uh, products like real estate, shares, mutual fund, FD, deposit, insurance, like many other products are there, debentures, preference shares, bonds. Then we lend money to peer group, friend circle, etc., brother, sister, family. Then we invest in some private equity also. Please allow me to share the PPT. I cannot share my PPT.
Okay, Parveen, sir, I request you to make him the co-host, sir. I cannot make him.
Hey, Dr. D, you are also co-host. You can also make give
Co-host,
uh,
make him
authorization. Right?
spotlight me.
You can
Sir,
also
I do not have that option here because I'm the co-host, I guess. So
Cannot
I
share.
really,
The host is not allowing multiple presenters sharing for this meeting.
yeah. So host. Sorry, sir, for this. Just a second.
Aditya, you are not been able to share. Uh, just I am giving direction. Share screen.
Hmm?
Just a minute. Share screen. Hearing?
Hello, yeah.
मेरे लिए बता दूं।
Architect नहीं हुआ।
Parveen, sir, you can make him co-host.
Is there an issue?
Just a second, sir. Just a second.
क्या चलिए मैं I continue talking.
Meanwhile, you can continue, sir.
कोई बात नहीं। क्या चलिए तो यस नहीं आया अभी तक नहीं आया। चलिए कोई बात नहीं है। Not an issue. So what we do, we make investments to fulfill our dream, so that investment will grow and we can multiply the wealth. So various product I have already told, but what happens is that we do not track it properly. Number one. Number two, because of the job, we change our location, we change our city, we leave the village, come to the tier 2, tier 3 town. After that, finally, we target a metro city. And when you come to the metro city from a big house, again, you come to a new small house. After that, dream for a big house. So your address keep on changing. Third thing, post marriage, the name is changed, surname is changed in India as per the Indian culture. And after that, what happens that like Diwali ki jo safai hai, that is a very good lesson for us. So that shows that we must keep on checking all our asset, all our investments. So if we keep a track of that investment and each and every family member is aware of that, all the investments, then they will not be problem. So what type of problem what we face is, if you would have checked the investment and you observe that there is a mistake in the name of yours or your father name, or the nomination is not there, or the address is changed, or the if you have 100 shares now after split and bonus the shares has become 1,000 share. So you don't have the 900 shares, what happened? So why it is missing? Because you have to learn it how to verify that. As per the corporate action, whenever the company issue the bonus share, the shares will be increased. It may be 2:1, it may be 1:2, maybe 1:1, etc. Any ratio. So accordingly, the number of share will increase. After that, because of the better valuation purpose, etc., as the company split the shares, so that split share you must get it. But when you verify that, then you see, oh Baba, I have only 500 shares now, but I should have 5,000 shares. Now what are you
Hello,
going to do?
hello, sir. Try to share screen.
चलिए अब ठीक है, done. Now I can. So you can
Right,
see
sir.
the video?
Right. Visual.
Yeah. So like this. So then what happens? Okay, this is a small
Visual,
brief
sir.
about the company. Company was incorporated in 2011. Now it's a limited company, and we have already dealt with more than 27,000 investors. 50 plus team members. We have 1600 plus business associate we have across the country in more than 25 states and union territories in the country. More than 10 country out of India, we have served the clients because there are many NRIs who made the investment when they were in India. And after that, when they shifted, this money, whatever explained, because of that reason has become unclaimed. So like there are many reasons why it become unclaimed. Because of that, then we find out that when I left the job, then I find out there is opportunity in vacuum in this domain. So we are the early mover company, and we are the trend setter. Rather, I will say the entire market was unorganized, and then we made it organized. So what we do: physical share to demat, IPF claim, investor education protection fund claim, then duplicate issuance of any investment. It may be shares, provident fund, mutual fund, it may be bond, etc. Then transmission of shares because of the death of an investor. So then you need a legal heir certificate or some nomination is there. Nominee is just a caretaker. If there is a will, then will supersede the nominee itself. Then mutual fund redemption. Mutual funds are not transferable. Let me share a fact with you. Then provident fund. Many a times we work in the corporate world, and after that, once we leave the corporate, and we do not recover, we do not get the investment in the provident fund, and after that they stop paying interest also. So, but if the company is closed, then we feel okay. Now, how we are going to get our company itself? So that is another challenge. Insurance recovery, inoperative bank account. Then we started a new vertical called as litigation funding, in which you must be knowing that कि अगर somebody file a case, then their grandson may win the matter. There are generations are being added as per the Indian law system, and everybody has witnessed the Ram Mandir decision also, which took I don't know how many decades, but the fight was going on for many decades. In between, how many generation has been added, that everybody knows. So like this, there are many a time we are stuck up in a litigation, and because of that, then there is a big loss of turnover, then huge loss of profit, even if we make 10% profit. So there is a working capital cycle of 3 months if we take, then you can imagine if your 10 crore rupees is stuck up, simple calculation, working capital cycle of 3 months will reduce your turnover by 40 crores. And minimum to minimum, if we take around 8% of PAT, then it is 3.2 crore annual profit in simple calculation. And if we do quarterly compounding, it will be much higher numbers. So like this, then lot of people are facing this type of challenges. Then we started this idea on 11/11, and Vikas Jain uh, also joined hands with us, and he also became the co-founder of the company. Now he is the CEO. See how big is this unclaimed money market? Almost 6 lakh crore. Can you believe this? And these numbers are because of our own fault. And there are many viewers whose money may also be stuck up here, there, either in their direct name or in their family name or in their friends or relative name. That's it. Provident Fund itself, you can see how much money, 48,000 crore deposits with the bank, which also become unclaimed to the tune of 62,000 crore. And the share is the largest amount. This is almost 378,000 crore. And with the latest increase in the new peak in the BSE market, it may have touched 4 lakh crore itself. So this number is increasing day by day, and there is no one else other than you who is responsible for this. So what we should do? We should know what are the reason. Investor don't track the investments. Like मैंने बताया कि दिवाली की सफाई अगर हम कर लें और उस पर ध्यान रखें तो ऐसा नहीं होगा. फैमिली मेंबर को हम नहीं बताते हैं. I ask a simple question from all of you. How many of you have shared the investment information with our spouse, with our parents, with our children, with our brother, sister? And then again, life is full of uncertainty. You don't know when you will last breathe. So the death of investor is uncertain. Fire, flood, earthquake, this Wayanad accident, last year Balasore accident, 3 years back we had seen Corona. One of my friends lost life in the office of a CA when he was filing a return. So you don't know. So because of all these things, we must share the investment information with our family member, and then they should know what to do, what not to do. And succession planning, normally we people are not doing. I always strongly recommend that you must make a will at the age of 50 itself. Then again, the government process of all the investment retrieval is also very tedious. In general, the rejection is their first action. It's not the acceptance, it is the rejection is the first option with the thing that this should be done. So before we send that, and if you want to protect yourself from that rejection, you must know what all the documents are needed to be submitted, along with the documents, necessary form, bank attestation, gadget notification. There are some, like Mr. Praveen Jain is writing Parveen, Parveen. Somebody may write Praveen, Pravin. Somebody may write Praveen. So in Bengal, Prabin. Like this, there are many spelling mistake may be there. Then I already told change of investments, change of address, change of name after marriage is also a big challenge. So I strongly recommend, I request everybody to take a photo of this. There should be a uniformity in the name of investor, not only investor, the nominee also, and your spouse name or your father name. It's on what all documents you must ensure that spelling all alphabets in DMAT, bank accounts, insurance policy, mutual fund, national pension scheme, and your Aadhaar card and bank account should be the same spelling, and all other investments also. Because once you are going to retrieve, you need to submit these basic documents. Without that, you will not get the investment money into your bank account. So like, let me share a fact with you, is that IPF, the in the shares will be transferred along with dividend after 7 years to IPF. From there, it's a good part that you can recover the money from Investor Education Protection Fund. And then you have to submit the form number 5 along with that. If name, mirror, gadget notification has to be added. If the documents are destroyed or lost document, then you need to give an advertisement in the newspaper also. Then like this, in operative bank account for 10 years, the bank keep. After that, it will be transferred to DEF, Depositor Education and Awareness Fund account. Unclaimed insurance after 10 years will again go to the Senior Citizen Welfare Fund, because the insurance policy may have been taken 20-30 years back when you were in the school life or student life or college, and in your hometown it may be other addresses, or we keep on buying because we know the moment we start earning more, we need more coverage, etc. So that also become unclaimed. Mutual funds, you must be knowing these are not transferable. They can only be encashed. Correct. So the companies keep that money if it become unclaimed in the separate form called as a liquid fund. Unclaimed fund transfer to DFCCN can only be claimed for next 15 years. So just be aware. So total is the maximum 25 years in case of bank account and insurance also, and unclaimed provident fund. After that total 25 years, you will not get your money. The money will be gone to the government account, and the government will use that money for the purpose as specified in that fund. There are SEBI circulars are there which they wanted to simplify, because around 5-6 years back they took major steps so that this money become come in the normal course and regular business. But unfortunately, still that present quantum I have already specified and mentioned you all, the 3,78,000 crore is still is the physical value of the shares as per record. There are many reasons actually. So they have the SEBI has taken some lenient view कि क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. सिग्नेचर मिसमैच हो तो आप उसका थोड़ा सा आरटीए को एक इंटीमेशन दे दीजिए, वो आपके घर पे भी चिट्ठी आएगा, उसके घर पे भी चिट्ठी जाए, पुराने एड्रेस पे भी जाएगा, न्यू पे भी जाएगा. करेक्ट. सो सिग्नेचर चेंज हो गया तो यू मस्ट अपडेट योर सिग्नेचर इन द आरटीए ऑल्सो, बिकॉज ऑफ एज. Many times signature mismatch हो जाता है. Then now they made it mandatory. PAN card is also mandatory in RTA and only transfers. You may be knowing that nowadays in a limited company, no say physical share can be transferred until unless they are being dematerialized. So they have put a ban on physical share. It's not only listed company. Even if it a company is a non-listed and it's a limited company, the shares cannot be transferred. So they have given another option in private limited company also. If the paid up capital is 4 crore rupees or turnover is 40 crore or more, then the physical share of a private limited company also cannot be transferred. So please get your ISIN number if you are fulfilling that criteria, basic requirement also. Then some documents are very important, like mandatory furnishing of PAN and KYC and nomination with RTA. So you have to submit the form, which is mandatory. That you don't want to opt out, then separate form. You want to opt out for this one, nomination, then separate form is there. Then the RTA must have your latest correct address, your contact detail, email ID, and phone number also. And you have to submit a form attested by the bank, which is a regular activity. From the bank, you can take the signature form from the bank and get your address registered. If there is somebody who is more than 60 years and the demat account is 10-15 years old, because after certain age or certain number of years, your signature also differs. So the government put a ban that those who will not get this share transferred, the SEBI will put a ban on that. They cannot be transferred after that. But they have taken a lenient view. Now they have given this time till 31st March 2025. After that, they will be treated as PMLA and the case will be deferred to them because it's become a Benami property. If it is your own property, then why you have not done? That is important question. Because what is the reason? Practically, you don't know that you have that investments because you're not tracked it. Now you are shifting, you have moved out to Gurgaon, somebody has moved out to Bangalore. Earlier they were residing in other places. The letter goes to your old house. The old house present owner do not know you, so that money become unclaimed. And how the company will come to know about your latest address. So be aware of this important provision. Otherwise, be ready to face PMLA action against the shareholder also. So SEBI circular again came on 17th November 2023. That okay, we are taking a lenient view. No freezing of folio shareholders holding physical shares. Even if PAN KYC nomination details are not updated, so you have time still for few more months. After that, definitely SEBI will become stringent and they will become more tougher day by day. So that after that you cannot claim this money and the government will enjoy this money. Shareholders in physical form will receive dividend. So earlier they stopped it also. So now still there is option that check will be delivered. But again, you know that because of the wrong address or wrong spelling or somebody is not available, majority of the checks issued for the physical share will be becoming unclaimed dividend. And that again money will go to the government account after 7 years. So some formalities, because this becomes more technical. So because the time given to me is around 30 minutes. So these are the compliances. You understand section 125 is applicable, dividend, mature deposit, receipt application, money, interest, debentures. So then you have to submit this necessary form with the government and its complete formalities has to be complied with. This is 5. After that, you will get entitlement letter like this, in which your number of shares, distinctive number will be mentioned, your folio will be mentioned, how many shares are there, how much money, which year it is related to, everything will be mentioned, and this letter will be issued by the corporate. That as of today, along with all corporate action, that bonus, dividend, and split, etc. So now you are eligible to claim this much money or this much shares. That need to be submitted to go to the government. Then there is another indemnity bond has to be given on 100 rupees stamp paper After that only this will be processed. Any deficiency in the documents you do not submit will lead to rejection. Be ready for that. ये सब कुछ amendment आए थे. All these are technically, yes. If somebody is expired, so other family member can give NOC in favor of one person or two person, or maximum is 3%. If there are 5, 6 brothers, sisters, or the shares will not be distributed to all, then it will be credited to only maximum 3%. So other person can take that money from the family who is getting these numbers credited. But definitely they have to give this NOC in the court also. If we don't have any objection, you may transfer the shares to so and so person.
Right.
So like this, these are the technical formalities that we need to comply with it. So we have, I would like to suggest everybody to protect your wealth from disaster and contingency. I've already explained why it becomes unclaimed. So please share the investment details with our family member, your brother, sister, family, and keep a photocopy in the office or home also. And you can keep one set of document with your sister-in-law, brother-in-law, or anybody. It's a digital wallet sort of things. You know, what one certain may face cardiovascular disease, cancer, respiratory disease, road, train accident, COVID, earning members, all investment, but and he has not shared the documents. Some documents are in soft copy, some of them are in hard copy. So everybody is not aware. Sometimes we make investment with our colleague also. We are working together for 10, 15, 20 years. So we may buy a piece of land together. After that, the original papers will be with only one person, not with the both. Correct? So one person, now it is the honesty of other person to inform the surviving family member in case of something wrong happened to that person. So that depends on the honesty of the other person. So what type of solution we're giving is why it is needed. Uncertainty in life make it risky. Man-made natural calamities. Family must be aware in case of contingency like this. What is to be done? You can hear me now? Yeah. So, what is to be done? Family needs to be kept informed in a structured manner. You may keep a soft copy in Excel or in a PDF file. That password can be shared with all family members, or you can keep a hard copy. Please ensure that all investments are tracked and kept in a structured way and a systematic way, and always do not always nominate it. That is also a very, very important requirement to protect your wealth. So we have some special features. Access to of financial information is the need of the time. Correct? You need it. The family should know. Quarterly reminder we send. Repository of all documents in one place. If you want, you can upload your soft copy also. Data is encrypted. It is safe and secured. Nobody can retrieve without logging with your email ID or and password like this. And only this can be tracked by the person whose number is given to us. Like this. So like this, you have to go to the website, create a profile, choose one of the plans, store the investment and emergency contacts, and become our subscriber. And then after that, whenever there is a change. So why this is important? Because after maybe 6 months, our one SIP is matured. Your insurance policy is matured after 3 years. You have bought another house or made another SIP or another say demat account, it has been opened, etc. So that should be updated. And till the time you don't share the password with your family, they will not be aware what all investments are there. But definitely in case of contingency happen, so a mail will go from our office, and if we don't get any reply from that person, then we call to the family member. If this person is not picking, not updating, then we come to know that something wrong has happened to the subscriber. And after that, we ask them to put a password. If they don't have, they can generate with their own number also. Like that type of security level has been created. like this. You can log in and all. Here you can keep this information, investments here, and then emergency contact, generate ticket. You can submit your queries also. Then these are the two references which we ask for it, how they are connected. There are formats in which you can just mention the folio number, don't mention the amount. You can mention the amount also, maturity date also, folio number. It's just like a scrapbook, but different files, like we keep physical files. Like family member, see here. Here we have mentioned someone who doesn't stay with you under the same roof. Why? Because there may be some contingency, fire, flood, earthquake in the same house. The entire family may lose their life if they are going to traveling in the hills, because we see a lot of contingencies are happening in our life. So at least some family member who is surviving may have privy to this type of information. And finally, this money will be distributed as per the will if it is, otherwise as per the law, as per the succession rules. Like this is what it is. So this type of some facts about us: 100% transparent efficiency is there, 50 plus team member. We have 8 offices in India, interacted with a good number of clientele base, and then escalation matrix is also there. You can reach up to the promoter level in case there is any problem, or if you have a specific query which the team is not capable of solving it, then definitely we are there. Then we dedicate one dedicated manager will be dedicated, and that person will be responsible for you to coordinate and help in case of any contingency. This is what it is, sir. So I request all to please take this as a homework for you. Please verify all your investment today and ensure the spelling mentioned of your family, of your say, nominee, of your anybody, whosoever you want to give this money. And if there is a way, if there is a will should incorporate all the assets. Otherwise, after some time, you can always replace the will, and old will be not applicable. If there is any query, I just request I request the host to unmute that so that I can reply the query. I had tried to finish it off within 30 minutes, I hope. So I request any member, whosoever is having any query, either put the question in the chat box, or you can note down my phone number. I will always be there to help you out. And
Sir,
not only this, you
sir,
can become our business partner also. Yes, tell me.
sir, your health card product is very excellent. Very
Thank you,
excellent
Praveen.
product, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anybody is having any query related to any investment recovery, any issues? Because we get this type of query. मेरे पास वो बंडल पड़ा हुआ है, पुराना फाइल पड़ा हुआ है, मुझे तो याद आ रहा है कि मेरे पापा के कुछ शेयर थे. So in one sentence, we can define our company services. Even the investor is alive or investors are not alive. The family member have papers, all papers, 100% perfect papers, but they do not have the time. The age is not permitting, or they do not possess the technical technical competencies to get the work executed. And if the documents are missing, documents are misplaced, defective, incomplete, any problem. So worst case scenario, there is no document. You come and tell me the story, we will bring your money back. You deserve your money back. किसी का और कोई क्वेश्चन है तो बोल सकते हैं मेरे को.
Sir, excellent platform. We will definitely look forward.
आपका किसी का भी कोई क्वेश्चन हो, if you anybody want to join hands with us, this is a earning opportunity also. You just refer, after that you can earn with us also, just by referring the phone number of any person whosoever is facing these type of difficulties and challenges. किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन?
So right now, I don't think so. They have question. So in future, I am sure that definitely they will contact you if they have queries
problem.
regarding this investment.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
we will be contacting you with a number of queries.
I'm just putting my number in the chat box.
Yes, sir.
शेयर समाधान लिमिटेड आप गूगल करेंगे तो आ जाएगा.
Yes,
मेरा नंबर भेज दिया.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I have another meeting at 5 o'clock. Can I take the permission to leave the meeting?
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for the informative and detailed session on the investment and the contingency, how we can actually protect the contingency in the investments. Thank you so much.
All your clients may have this type of challenges. All your friends, all your relatives, all your well-wishers, all your morning walk friends, all your senior citizen club, all your kitty members may have these type of challenges. And this is not only our earning opportunity, it is a big social work too. So we have triple income. We get fees, we get blessings, we get referrals.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. With the immense knowledge of the wealth card and also how to maintain the uniformity in the name of investor, NOC by legal air, here. Investment details we have to or we should share with the family. The photocopy of our investment we should keep at the office, or we should keep one of the copy with the family members. We have to verify all our investment again and again, and such kind of details have been given or provided by Mr. Abhay sir. So moving ahead, I would like to welcome Rajiv Khurana sir. So before starting his session, I would like to introduce Mr. Rajiv Khurana sir. Mr. Rajiv Khurana, IP, MBA, BSc, former Central Bank, senior banker, IP North. Mr. Khurana is an ex-banker having worked with Central Bank of India for about 40 years, and he retired as Deputy General Manager in SAM and Recovery Department Central Office. At present, Mr. Khurana, as an insolvency professional based out of Delhi, is associated with us as Director of APAR, Insolvency Professionals Private Limited, and handling stressed assets management, IBC related matters, and also take care of IBC assignments and business development for advisory services. We welcome you, sir, in today's session, that is discussion on how to protect your investment from any contingency and debt recovery. We welcome you, sir. Rajiv, sir, you can start your session, sir. Rajiv, sir, are you there, sir? Just give us 2 minutes. Sir will join us. परवीन सर आ रहे हैं ना?
Hello.
परवीन सर,
Khurana sir is suddenly some work there, and he had to go. So you can please continue as per your schedule.
Okay, otherwise, you can start your session. I will introduce you, and then lastly, I will talk. Is that fine?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Then I will introduce sir. Sorry, participants, for this. Further, we have with us the eminent speaker, CA Parveen Jain sir. And before starting his session, I would like to introduce him. CA Parveen Kumar Jain sir is having an experience over 40 years. He is a chartered accountant registered with ICAI, holding COP. He is also the insolvency professional registered with IBBI, holding AFA. He is also the registered valuer registered with IBBI, holding COP. He is qualified independent directors registered with IICA of MCA. He has also done various diplomas in various other courses, such as certificate course of concurrent audit of bank, diploma in information system audit, certificate course for peer reviewer, certificate course for forensic accounting and fraud detection. For more than 30 years he's practicing as a chartered accountant. So more than 30 years is offering consulting and advisory covering all aspects of business, starting from incorporation of a company and subsequent risk management and strategy formulation for realizing the business goal of value creation, supporting the clients with statutory management compliance, internal and tax audits, due diligence for all corporate decisions, guiding and helping clients in execution of merger, amalgamation, takeover, acquisition, joint venture formation, cross-border transactions, and statutory audit of various corporates, banks, and other entities he has also done. So, with this brief introduction, I would like to welcome Sri Parveen Jain sir for today's session, that is discussion on how to protect your investment from any contingency and debt recovery, sir. So, we welcome you, sir. Thank you.
All participants and our guest honors, I would like to demonstrate on dispute resolution, which is a part of conflict resolution and debt recovery, most important for debt recovery. So I am presenting my slides first. Now we are focusing on alternative dispute resolution mechanism for dispute resolution or conflict resolution. There are only two methods for ADR. One is mediation and second one is arbitration. Mediation is a process of ADR in which a neutral third party, known as a mediator, helps the disputing party to communicate and negotiate with the goal of reaching a voluntary, mutually acceptable agreement. Mediation is typically a confidential, flexible, and informal process, making it well suited for resolving conflicts in a way that preserves the relationship and allows for creative solutions. Unlike a judge or arbitrator, the mediator does not impose a decision on the parties, but rather facilitate discussions, helping them explore options and find common ground. Mediation has several advantages and disadvantages as well. Mediation has the following advantage. Number one, voluntary participation, confidentiality, control over the outcome, cost-effective, preservation of technology. Voluntary participation means that is a voluntary process. Both parties must agree to participate, which often focuses a cooperative atmosphere. that can be for a more amicable resolutions, as parties are not forced into a decision by a third party. Confidentiality mediation is a confidential process in which both parties are to be strictly in the area of confidences and not to be subject to any litigation. Number one, control over the outcome will be in the mediator, not otherwise. Cost effective, there are not so much cost in this process as much as in arbitration process or in litigation process. And in this mediation, preservation of relationship is win-win position. If agree or disagree, both the position, that can be the relation will be good for both the parties. Disadvantage is this is not binding process, means these are not enforceable by law, and lack of finality that may be free in between the process to one party go or left the mediation process as their wish, and potential for imbalance. Mediation can somewhat be less effective if there is a significant power imbalance between the parties. A stronger party might dominate the process, leading to an unfair agreement. While mediator can attempt to mitigate this, it is not always possible to level the playing field completely. Then arbitration. Arbitration is a form of alternative dispute resolution where a dispute is submitted to one or more arbitrators who are neutral third parties for a binding decision. That is a more attractive advantage of arbitration in spite of mediation. In arbitration, the arbitrator or a panel of arbitrators listen to the evidence and arguments from both sides and then makes a decision that is usually final and enforceable by law. Arbitration is also enforceable by law. Arbitration is commonly used in commercial disputes and is favored for its confidentiality, speed, and the expertise that arbitrators can bring to specialized cases. It is also have advantages and disadvantages. Binding decisions. Arbitration is a binding process, meaning that the arbitrator's decision is final and enforceable by law. This provision a clear resolution to the dispute, giving parties closure and avoiding the need for further litigation. Expertise of arbitration. In arbitration, parties other than have the ability to choose arbitrators who have specific expertise in the subject matter of the dispute. This can lead to a more informed and appropriate decision, particularly in complex or technical issues. Speed and efficiency. Arbitration is generally faster than litigation. This process is more streamlined with limited discovery and procedural steps, which can result in a quicker resolution. Confidentiality, like mediation, arbitration is a confidential process. Flexibility, arbitration offers some flexibility in terms of scheduling the procedures. While it is more formal than mediation, it is often less rigid than court proceedings, allowing parties to tailor the process to some extent to suit their needs. Disadvantage is cost. Arbitration is more cost effective, means there are more cost involved in the process of arbitration, and limited appeal options. In this process, if an award has been awarded by the arbitrator, then the other party have limited appeal options to go into litigations. Potential for bias. There is sometimes concern about the potential for bias in arbitration, particularly if one party has more influence in selecting the arbitrator. This perceived or actual bias can undermine the fairness of the process. Less formal discovery. While the streamlined nature of arbitration can be an advantage, it also means that there is a less opportunity for discovery compared to litigation. This can be a disadvantage. Adversarial nature. Unlike mediation, arbitration is more adversarial. This can strain this relationship between the parties and may not be best choice for disputes where maintaining a positive relationship is important. In conclusion, mediation and arbitration each have distinct advantages and disadvantages, making them suitable for different types of disputes and different goals. Mediation is ideal for parties seeking a collaborative, cost-effective, and flexible restoration, particularly when preserving relationship is a priority. However, it is non-binding nature and potential for imbalance can be direct. Arbitration, on the other hand, offers a binding, expert-driven, and efficient resolution, but can be costly, with limited appeal options and a more adversarial approach. When choosing between mediation and arbitration, parties must consider the nature of their dispute, their relationship, and their desired outcomes. In my opinion, mediation to be first resort, and then arbitration to be taken next, and then next to be taken as litigation. And now we go for new guidelines for arbitration and mediation in context of domestic procurement. The Indian government introduced in June 2024 new guidelines for arbitration and mediation in context of domestic public procurements, signaling what appears to be a shift away from arbitration as a preferred method of dispute resolution for context of domestic procurement, where the government or government agency is a party except in low value disputes in favor of other method of dispute resolution. Means when government have a low value of dispute, then he can go for mediation, and otherwise they can go for arbitration. They have designed for a detailed guidelines for this purpose. So I will stop there because time is limited, and our next speaker and organizer, Dr. Tripathi, is waiting for giving some thoughts about today's topic: how to protect your investment from and contingency in security market. Please, Dr. Rathi.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful session on arbitration and mediation. Going forward, in this particular session, I will be covering the topic that is the risk involved into the capital market or risk involved into the securities. I'm sharing my screen. I hope that all of you can see my screen. Those who are there, I know many of the participants are
Yes.
they have left the session. Okay, so
Yes,
but
we can.
yeah, I will not take more than 10 minutes because this particular topic, I think so, it's really important again. Uh, eh, Today, if you will observe the all the sessions, it's all related to the investment, it's all related to the contingency or the risk and how to mitigate with this particular risk, especially in the securities or in the market, capital market. And also, Parveen sir has covered the redressal mechanism, that how the grievance redressal mechanism. And here I'm going to talk about the various risks which are involved into the investment, which are involved into the securities market. So every investor should be aware about the risk. So specifically, what is the risk management? Risk management is the concept which is related to the corporate governance. So definitely after 1990 in India, we have started to discuss about the concept of corporate governance. Various committees have been established in India to develop the concept of corporate governance. And one of the aspect is mentioned by the committee which was established in India, that is the risk management. So risk management is a topic or is a concept which is very important, very crucial in every sector, in every area, because if you're not able to identify the risk, then there is a high chance of default, there is a high chance of fraud, there is a high chance of financial fraud, there is a high chance of the scams, I can say. So that is the reason risk management is a very crucial or I can say the integral part of the governance. So here also for the investor or in the perspective of the investor, the risk management or identification of the risk, then assessment of the risk, and how to mitigate with this particular risk. So you're going to find out the strategy, methodology to deal with this particular risk. So this is a particular topic, risk in investment and securities market. So I will just put it on slideshow. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the what is the regulatory framework for securities market? So in our country, we have SEBI Act 1992 for the protection of the investors in securities, for the promotion of the promoting the development of securities market and regulation of the securities market. We do have SEBI Act 1992. Another statute is the Companies Act 2013. Then we do have Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956. We do have the Depositories Act 1996, which provides for electronic maintenance and transfer of ownership of dematerialized, that is demat shares. So now, what are the securities and securities market? I am sure that everyone is aware about the securities. It is just like how I can directly talk about the risk. So I have just given the brief introduction of this. The securities means what? The equity shares, debt securities. Derivatives is very, very important. Derivative is added after the amendment in the definition of securities. The definition of securities is there in the Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956. So later derivatives, this particular term is added in the definition of securities. Otherwise, it is a contract. Derivative means what? It is a contract. The value of it is derived from the underlying asset. So equity shares, debt securities, derivatives, mutual funds are called as securities. Then securities market, if you will see, we do have two types of market, that is primary market and secondary market. So, who all are the market infrastructure institutions and market intermediaries in the securities market? So, market infrastructure institutions, everyone is aware about the depositories. Then we do have clearing corporations. Then stock exchanges, not only two, there are many other stock exchanges. Otherwise, we think we do have only NSE and BSE. So we have MSE as well. Then depositories, intermediaries. Now, if you want to know entire list of market intermediaries, it is mentioned in the following web link. So now this is the crux of this particular concept, that what kind of risk involved into in investing in securities market. So every investor should know, such as the banking. When we talk about the banking companies or banking institutions, banker should be aware about the risk that is called as credit risk. What is the meaning of credit risk? Means what? There is a high chance of default, or whatever you are lending loans or advances, there is a high probability that that particular credit, that particular amount of debt will not be written by that particular debtor. So that is called as credit risk. So that has to be identified by the banker. That is first thing. Second thing, that has to be assessed, or that has to be analyzed, and then need to find out the strategy or methodology. In the same way, the investor should be aware about this particular risk which are involved into the securities market. So one first and the very important risk is the market risk. Market risk, definitely there is, because of market fluctuation. I can give you the simple example. Due to Russia-Ukraine war, the US rate of interest was affected. There was a bad impact on the, or there was an impact in the rate of interest of USA. There was a bad impact on the rate of interest of India as well, right? So there are many situations which are leading to the change into the rate of interest, or interest rate. So market risk is a very wide term, I can say, as compared to other terms. So basically, it is a risk faced by the investments due to factors affecting the overall performance of securities and general economy of the country. So you can give the, I mean, you can recollect the 2008 recession. So that time also, because of recession, because of collapse of Lehman Brothers, there was a huge impact on market. So that market risk is very important for the investor, because your share prices are going to be affected because of this particular market risk. So that has to be identified, that has to be assessed. Then the next risk is unsystematic risk. Unsystematic risk means what? It is this is the risk which is attached with a particular company or industry. So a particular company or industry, if it is related to that, and if you have purchased the shares or the securities of that particular company, then definitely that risk you should be able to identify. There's the inflation risk. Inflation risk means what? Inflation is a buying capacity of the consumers. So inflation risk is altogether related to the purchasing power risk. So definitely it is defined as the chance that the cash flows from an investment would lose their value in future because of decline in its purchasing power due to inflation. Again, the same thing, inflation risk, a deflation risk, all these risks are there with respect to the securities market. So you can refer to the China also. Very recently, China was facing this deflation risk. We are facing this inflation risk. So liquidity risk, liquidity is equal to cash. So immediate cash. Now, liquidity risk arises when an investment can't be bought or sold quickly enough. So basically, when it is called as a risk, when it is not immediate, immediately you cannot convert into cash. The next risk is the business risk. Business risk is that a business of a company might be affected or may stop its operation due to any unfavorable operational, market, or financial situation. So particular situation in that particular company, because of which that business risk has been, I mean, you can see that particular business risk. Again, I am saying, if you have purchased the securities of that particular company, then business risk should be, you should be aware about that particular, or the every investor should be aware about that particular business risk. Next is the volatility risk. Volatility risk means what? The stock prices, they always fluctuate in fraction of second. If you will see the stock exchanges, if you will see all these candles also, I'm sure that many investors are there. So you can see the fluctuation in the stock prices in the fraction of second. So that kind of risk is there. So accordingly, the profit loss is, you need to book. So all these things, the investor should be aware. And currency risk is fluctuating in foreign exchange rates that an investor may face when he has invested in foreign currency or made foreign currency trade investments. For that, we have to refer to the Foreign Exchange Management Act as well. So here, one thing that market risk, or this is unsystematic risk or inflation risk, liquidity risk, business risk, volatility risk, or currency risk. These are the major risks in the investment in the securities market or in the capital market. Now, how to mitigate with the risk? So the major strategy has been mentioned by the Securities Exchange Board of India, because it is a booklet where the booklet is on the protection of the investors. So where they have clearly mentioned, if you want to mitigate with this kind of risk, then diversification of the risk is very important. So diversification of the investment into various companies and asset classes is the very important strategy to mitigate with this kind of risk. Further, what are the apart from this, I mean, the risk and mitigation of the risk, if any grievance is having to the investors, then we have the grievance redressal mechanism. So CAB complaints redress system is there, that is called as scores. Just now, Parveen sir has actually talked about the arbitration and mediation. So followed by scores, we have this ODR also. So first of all, I should talk about the scores. This, in case of any complaint, any investor is having the complaint related to the securities market, the person should approach to the concerned intermediary or company. Second, the concerned intermediary or company shall facilitate your complaint redressal. That is the first thing. Second thing is that if even though the grievance remains unresolved, then the investor has to approach to the depository or stock exchange, or against your stockbroker or listed company. So the complaint can be filed with the stock exchange or depository. Still the investor is not satisfied with the redressal, then the complaint can be lodged with the SEBI through a web-based centralized grievance redressal, which is called as CORS. And through mobile app also the complaint can be filed. There is a toll-free number 1-800-227575. On this toll number also the investor can file the complaint. Then there is another mechanism that is called as investor services cell of stock exchange. So every stock exchange is having this particular investor services cell. So the stock exchange facilitate the redressal of grievances of the investors through investor grievance resolution panel, that is called as IGRP at NSE. And at NSE you can find IGRP. At BSc, we will get IGRC, that is BSc and MSc, Investor Grievance Redressal Committee. I will show you the web links also. Then just now I have said that Parveen sir talked about the arbitration mechanism. So these are the grievance redressal mechanisms. So first of all, three important things. Score is there. Second is investor services cell is there as a grievance redressal mechanism. And lastly, we have arbitration mechanism. The another one very recently it is introduced by SEBI, that is called as ODR mechanism. Okay, so ODR mechanism is very interesting. You all are professionals. We all are professional rather. Okay, so I would like to show you certain links. Okay, just a second. Yeah. So can you see my screen? Those who are present in the session. This is all about the online dispute resolution mechanism. You can see this is the National Institute of Securities Market. This is the institution which is providing this particular course. So those who want to do this particular course can complete that particular course. This is a certification course. This is the website of NSE, Online Dispute Resolution, initiation of dispute resolution process. Okay, so this is one thing that every professional should know. We have also talked about scores. We have a smart ODR portal also. I hope that I can show you. Before going to the smart ODR portal, I would like to show you how to file the complaint online. Okay, so there is a toll-free number. There is a link also. Then if you want to file the complaint online through SEBI scores, that is also there. So all the details are there. And in our case, as a professional, if you want to register yourself as an arbitrator or mediator, that particular option is also there at NSE BSc. This is a smart ODR portal. Okay, this particular link is there. So there you can actually, you can first you have to register on smart ODR portal, then file a new dispute, then select intermediary, then select category and enter dispute details. So all the steps are mentioned in smart ODR portal. Okay, so and here we can get all the process, that is what is this arbitration, what is this conciliation. Okay, so you can see this is all detailed process. In the diagram it is clearly mentioned at the portal of NSC or on the official website of NSC. Okay, so this is how this is all about the arbitration mechanism. Next is just I'm taking last 2 minutes, 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So which is very important, that is do's and don'ts for investing trading in securities market. So first of all, you may consult with a SEBI registered investment advisor for your investment needs in securities market. Invest in a scheme product depending upon your investment objective and risk appetite is very important. Risk appetite, your capacity. As per your capacity, you have to decide your investment. Now daily trading, suppose it is your risk appetite is not permitting you to do this daily trading, so you can actually do the investment for the long term. So maybe your risk appetite will permit to do this kind of investment. So this is the way to assess the risk appetite. I mean, every investor should assess that. That is a very important thing. Then insist on a valid contract note, confirmation memo for trades done. This contract note is the note, when you are trading, that particular trade is done basically. So that contract note is really important. That is also called as confirmation memo. So within 24 hours of the transaction, you should get that contract note. Keep track of your portfolio in your demat account on a regular basis. Even Abhay sir also said that we have to check, on and off our investments or securities in our account. Okay, read all the documents carefully before signing them, which is essential. You should carefully note all the charges, fees, brokerage that are applicable on your accounts and keep a record of the same. Next is, as I have said, keep a record of documents signed, account statements, contract notes received, and payment made. Periodically review your financial needs, goals, and review the portfolio to ensure that the same are possible to achieve. This is essential. Every expert has actually mentioned this in today's session, that we have to see, we have to verify our assets. Always pay for your transactions using banking channel. No dealing in cash. That is, no dealing in cash. This is important. Always keep your information updated. Inform your stockbroker, depository participants whenever there is a change in your address. This is again, I remember Abhay sir also mentioned that if there is a change in your bank details, address, email ID, mobile number, we have to mention. Now, why? Because since SIM cards now have the features of getting ported to different service providers, investors may keep single mobile numbers attached with their respective accounts. So, mobile number is the key to all important transactions. A well nomination facility for all your investment. This is very important. Recently there is an amendment also with respect to the nomination. I'm sure that you must be aware about that particular amendment very recently. And there is also the amendment in the various statutes related to the banking companies. Multiple nominations are allowed in demat account. Now get your running account settled periodically once in 30 or 90 days as opted by you. Keep a regular check of your running account. Examine and review your trading account periodically. Regular checking of daily SMS and email from exchange regarding trades done on that day. Regular checking of monthly SMS and email from exchange regarding funds and securities balance of investors maintained with the trading member. Now, do's and now it is don'ts. Don't borrow money for investment. For the investment, you should not borrow, or the investor should not borrow the money. Don't deal with the unregistered brokers or other unregistered intermediaries. There's a one term here I would like to mention before going ahead to that particular term. Don't issue general power of attorney. By the way, this is really important. Don't issue general power of attorney in favor of stock broker or depository participant. Exercise due diligence by issuing a very specific one if you want to issue a power of attorney. In case of disputes, file written complaint to intermediary, stock exchange, SEBI within a reasonable time, that I have already mentioned. Yes, this I wanted to talk about, that is called as dabba trading. Dabba trading is illegal, completely illegal. You can go to the official website of SEBI, you will get all the details of that dabba trading. What does it mean? How it happens basically. So even if it appears that you are saving on cost, do not indulge in dabba trading, because it is not regularized by the SEBI. It is not regularized by any of the regulating authority in our country. So this is completely illegal. So here there are clear instructions on the official website of SEBI that we should not indulge into this kind of illegal transactions. Do not rely on making your investment decisions on hot tips. As a person who wants to offload securities which may not be marketable, may be indulging in it. Disseminating hot tips is also an illegal activity which should be reported to SEBI. So I'm sure that every investor must have faced this particular problem that is called as tips. So we rely on that and then we enter into the transaction. So that exactly we should not do. Then don't fall prey to Ponzi schemes, unregistered chit funds, unregistered collective investment, or unregistered deposit schemes. And don't forget to strike off blank spaces in your KYC documents. Okay. Don't opt for digital contracts if you're not familiar with computers. Now, certain rights of investors are there. Every investor should know about that. First of all, there's a unique client code allotted from the broker. So you should be aware, or investors should be aware about that. Place order on meeting the norms agreed to with the member. Get best price. Ask the details of charges levied. Receive funds and securities on time. These are the rights of investors. So any particular violation towards this, there is a grievance redressal forum for every investor. Okay, so this is the precautionary note with regards to this contract note that is called as confirmation note. This contract note shall be issued by the stockbroker within 24 hours of the execution of the trade. In case of any discrepancy in the contract note, investors should immediately take up the matter with the stockbroker. Always cross-check the records maintained by you while placing orders in the market with the details mentioned in the contract note. In case of any discrepancy, contact your broker immediately. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Um The topic is actually very huge, but definitely there is a time constraint, so I am not able to finish it completely, or I have not covered all the aspects. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tripathi, for a very beneficial and for our audience, you are giving very meaningful and informative information to our audience. So thanks again to our audience and participants, also our guest of honor, and special thanks to Dr. Tripathi, so nicely organizing and giving a meaningful presentation. Thanks a lot. So
Thank you, sir. Thank you, participants.
we can over the meeting, right? Thanks a
Yes,
lot.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you all the participants for joining the session. Thank you.